All right, with Super Bowl 59 right around the corner, who better visit us right here on the set than American pop artist Charles Fazzino? Remember, he has a career spanning 30 years. He has done work for some of the biggest sporting events you can imagine, like the Olympics, college football playoffs, and the Super Bowl, of course. You just reminded me, dating back to Super Bowl 35, here with his latest piece of art, Super Bowl art. You're looking at it now, of course, with New Orleans as a theme. Charles joins us in studio. Charles, great to see you again.
Nice to see you.
You reminded me, we did something in Tampa, freezing, when the Giants lost to the Ravens in Super Bowl 35.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
What has happened since?
Well, it's been a whole metamorphosis for me of, doing Super Bowl art, doing artwork for the NFL. Commemorating Super Bowl every year has been just a big feat and a big highlight of my art career.
Let's take a look for the first time. You got the Superdome, of course. Caesars sponsors it. Would you take this to three-dimensional that's my pedestrian term for it? How do you do this?
First, it starts off as a sketch. Then it goes to a finished painting. Then we make handmade prints at my studio in New York. Then they get all cut out by hand with an X-Acto knife. My team and I put these pieces together. They're like a labor of love, and there's hours and hours of work.
Wow. And this is?
So I also make helmets. When I first started Super Bowl many years ago, the NFL sent me some old helmets. They said, what could you do with these? So I was like, well, I'll try to paint on them and do something, and I wanted to make them also three-dimensional. So the interesting thing is,
cool.
Yeah, they get hand-painted onto the helmet. My team and I work together. This is obviously for New Orleans. And then they get drawn loosely on the bottom.
Right.
And you can actually see here on the bottom that it's a loose drawing. Then the top drawing is done on paper. Then I found it took me 3 years to figure out how to glue the pieces onto the helmets. They get shot with car glaze and then embellished with Swarovski crystals.
And you put my picture on there?
So we thought we'd, to commemorate Super Bowl this year, because, you were the first person to interview me back in those days when I first started the Super Bowl. I thought, let me do Brian
that is so nice
his own helmet.
This is fantastic. And also, it says One Nation right there. Charles, thanks so much. I can't imagine what it's like to be this talented, but I appreciate you coming down here, and I think it's going to be a great Super Bowl. Yeah. Meanwhile, I want you to watch Super Bowl 59 especially. See Charles. Charles, you're going to be down there,
Yes,
right?
I'll be down at the Convention Center at the NFL Experience, the Super Bowl Experience NFL shops.
Yeah, it's a whole experience. Yeah. It's going to be going on for 2 weeks, at least the first week leading up. Super Bowl 59, February 9th, only on Fox.